Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Blade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome to a quick design challenge on the Steam forum for Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So in this, the standard was to use a 1906 Dreadnought hull for the British. In the custom design battle thing. So this is what I've thrown together. So for me, I find range to be maybe the most important factor of my ship designs. If I'm going to make an expensive dreadnought, then I want it to be able to actually go somewhere to be able to fight. I know a lot of people love to throw on lots of guns, but when you throw on lots of guns, you sacrifice range. Well, sort of sacrifice range. When you throw on lots of guns, you have to make up your weight somehow, and one of the ways that you make up your weight somehow is to use induced funnels instead of natural boilers, which is the main thing that destroys a ship's range. So because I'm going for a long-range ship, I knew I was not going to have a lot of space for double-barreled guns, or 4 guns at that. So I went with weight savings in the guns by utilizing 3 guns instead of 4 and going with single barrels instead of dual barrels. Now, what else is interesting about this ship? The idea on this guy is, well, since he's a single barrel ship, he should have the upper hand when engaging at distance with other dreadnoughts of the era, because single barrels are more accurate. Utilizing that more accurate firepower, I've gone with, instead of coincidence, I would usually go with a battleship of this era with a coincidence, because stereo really doesn't start to shine until later periods when you're really firing at extreme ranges. But I went with stereo with this guy because of the fact that it is more of a sniper ship than generally would be at this era, and I think that stereo might actually work with this particular ship over coincidence for the time period. Now it's got a very thick armor scheme, so I don't see any problems with the armor itself. The turrets are 11.9s, essentially 12s, but they're 11s. And with 11s, I try to go 2 inches over the size of the turret itself. So 13 on the barbette, 13 on the side, 4 on the top. I just maxed out the 2s because, whatever. I love my 2.9s. Those are my favorite secondaries. I pretty much live and die by them. What else is interesting? Just standard reloading. Again, we're not putting out a lot of lead. We're putting out accurate lead. So, every shot counts here, not, overwhelming amounts of lead going downrange to destroy the enemy. In this instance, the shots matter. So standard reloading is fine. Capped ballistic AP shells. At range, I want to make sure I'm penetrating. I don't, if I'm going up against another dreadnought that has, an extreme amount of armor, something similar to me, then I want to hope that I have that extra penetrating power, that I might be able to break through with the slightly smaller guns here, the 11.9s. They're not. I could have gone with 13s, I suppose, but I like 11s. The 11.9s is just kind of a gun I love to use until the later eras, when I start unlocking, the big guns, the 15s and the 16s, etc. 11.9s for me are kind of my go-to gun for the earlier ages. And so this is the type of battleship I would probably build in my game. I don't know why it's saying that some guns have a poor sector of fire up there. I've checked them all. They all have a more than accurate sector of fire. So yeah, false flag there. So yeah, spacious quarters, maximum range, maximum bulkheads. I'm happy with this design and how it turned out. I'm sure Pox, who started this thread, is going to have his nitpicky takes. He always does. I almost decided not to even go with replying to this thread because of how nitpicky he gets about crap. But it looked like an interesting thread and I wanted to take part in it, so I did. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Software. This has been my short and sweet content. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, please smash that like button, consider subscribing, and until the next time, all peace.